Hello, welcome to the weekend. Please kindly subscribe and share. In today's divisive environment, Rep. Jim Jordan, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, has sparked a great deal of debate over 60 Minutes, illuminating the relationship between political posturing and disinformation. Jordan's usual assurance sometimes bordered on arrogance throughout the conversation as he answered queries about election integrity and social media control. But his answers were inadequate, indicating a glaring unwillingness to address the issues at hand head-on. Jordan tried to sidestep the issue by highlighting Americans' capacity to separate fact from fiction when questioned about social media's involvement in the spread of election misinformation, as Palmer Report published on Wednesday, March 28, 2024. Lesley Stahl's backlash revealed Jordan's avoidance strategies, especially in relation to the consequences of his attitude. Jordan claimed to have reasonable worries, but Stahl caught him off surprise by stating that the majority of people accepted Joe Biden's win. Jordan changed his focus to defending First Amendment rights, when further research revealed how false information was being distributed. But his refusal to recognize the damaging effects of false information highlighted a stark weakness in his case. Jordan's justification of a tweet from RFK Jr. that erroneously connected Hank Aaron's death to the incident was especially offensive. Jordan's reliance on disproven conspiracy theories was undermined by Stahl's quick fact check, underscoring the perils of disseminating false information, particularly with respect to public health. Throughout the discussion, Jordan made it clear that he preferred to avoid substantive conversation by dodging and obscuring. His unwillingness to accept factual errors and his unyielding support for refuted statements only helped to damage his reputation as a legislator. Concerns over Jordan's dedication to public health and safety were also raised by his support of those whose words were notorious for being anti-vaccine. As the conversation drew to a conclusion, it was clear that Jordan's objective put political posturing ahead of genuine concerns about accountability and the truth. His inability to honestly and morally handle urgent matters added to the public's mistrust in governmental leadership. Following the interview, calls for Jordan to reconsider his stance on public speech have been louder. Lawmakers like Jordan must place a high priority on openness and honesty at a time when the public's faith in government institutions is declining in order to successfully handle urgent issues and recover public confidence. Jordan's appearance on 60 Minutes ultimately functions as a warning, emphasizing the perils of political grandstanding and false information in the divisive political environment of today. As the country works through complicated challenges, political bluster and deceit must give way to honest and educated conversation. Renowned criminologist Greg Barak has once again called on Judge Aileen Cannon to step down from the current criminal prosecution of former President Donald Trump. Barak raises doubts about Cannon's capacity to stay impartial in light of her prior decisions in the case. Leading authority on criminal justice and procedure, Greg Barak stated in an interview with Raw Story on March 26, 2024, that Judge Cannon's choice to postpone the investigation into Trump's handling of classified materials until later in the year calls into question her ability to make objective decisions moving forward. Greg Barak pointed out that Judge Cannon's first decision was based more on a procedural matter than the case's actual merits. This alone suggests that she may be unable to approach future deliberations with an open mind, Greg said. Greg Barak also noted that Judge Cannon's previous remarks showing support for Trump cast even more question on her objectivity. Even the perception of prejudice may be detrimental to the integrity of the legal system, even if judges are capable of putting aside their personal views and making just decisions. Additionally, he issued a warning that Judge Cannon's ongoing participation in the case might have wider implications for the way justice is administered in the United States if she does not resign. Public confidence in our courts will decline if judges are seen as political actors who cannot be relied upon to set aside their ideological inclinations, and that's just not something we can afford. Despite these reservations, Barak stressed that Judge Cannon must decide for herself whether or not she can properly oversee the rest of the trial. She is the most knowledgeable person about the variables that might affect her objectivity, and if required, she must reveal them. However, considering all the facts of this case up to this time, I think it would be better for the defendant.